morning. So my scent of the day, and therefore my review of the day, is going to be Mula Mula, and this is from Byron Perfumes. I've already sprayed a little bit on, but let's go for some more. So this is instantly very fruity in a tropical kind of way, but not in a very sharp or loud way. It's quite mellow tropical fruits, if that makes sense. So it smells a little bit coconutty, but a very mellow coconut. It smells more like things like mango. It just smells very mellow tropical, if that makes any sense. And it smells a little bit vanilla-y and a little bit woody, but it's most definitely quite smooth and not at all loud, screechy or in your face. So if I was to compare it to something you might think it's similar to, is the Vita Apuano tropical fragrance, which is very loud. It's very, it reminds me of a party. It's just so loud and in your face. This is not like that. This is a very mellow, although I'm not saying you can't smell it. I don't mean it's subtle. I just mean it's very smooth and sophisticated. This is a grown-up fruity tropical concoction. That's what I'm getting for now. I'll come back to you with more thoughts in just a mo.
Hiya, so here's my final thoughts on Mula Mula. So I sprayed it on this morning at 7:30 and it is now about 7 p.m. and believe it or not, it's still going reasonably strong on my skin. Yes, it's definitely still there. Now it is extract parfum, and you better believe it, this stuff really does cling onto your skin. It is excellent in terms of longevity and projection as well. Throughout the entire working day, I could just gently smell it coming up from my chest area, and as I wave my arms around, I just got light whiffs of it. So it is absolutely, performance is on the money being the operative word, Mula, the American slang for money. Does it smell like money? Actually, I think it probably does a little bit. It smells rich. It smells a bit exotic. And let's talk about in depth how it actually smells. So when you first spray it on, now let me just refresh top notes from the lid. When you first spray it, it's very fruity, but not in a sharp or very fresh fruity. It's more of a neutered tropical fruit. So when I say that, I mean it's tropical fruits, but it's not really loud, and it becomes powdery, and you get vanilla and you get some woodiness, a touch of incense. There's oud in there, but it's not the kind of oud that puts me off, and it's very light. So you do detect a tiny hint of it, but it does not smell pooey or barnyardy, and it doesn't smell like the kind of oud that has me running for the hills. It is absolutely a wearable oud for me, and I normally hate oud, but I'm happy wearing that, really happy, no problem. So basically what I get is a rounded, smooth fruitiness, some sweetness. There's also I think it's a caramel note in there, and you do get a little bit of that as well. Mostly it dries down to something woody and powdery and fruity. The transition on your skin is not that great from start to finish, so it just mellows ever so slightly on your skin and becomes more woody and more powdery, but you don't get great leaps from one thing to another. It is very a slow moving fragrance. It doesn't really make any great twists or turns on your skin. Now I did get a couple of opinions today. My boss at the moment is in the market for a new perfume, and I've been trying her on all sorts of things. So far her favourite was Angelique Noir from Galan, so she was kind of upset when she found out how much that would cost, because she wants her husband to buy her a bottle of something a little more normally priced. So she's tried probably 10 different fragrances over the last couple of weeks that I've had her try. And this evening, just before I was about to leave for home, I said, oh, out of curiosity, let's see what you think about this one. And she immediately loved it. She said it's the best one you've shown me so far, and she said oh, how long does it last? And I said, well, I've been wearing it since 7:30 this morning. And she said, oh, I really like, when you came in this morning, I really liked what you were wearing. So anyway, she sprayed some on her skin. She really loves it. And then my friend and colleague next to Linda also said she really loves it. So I'm going to make them decants, and perhaps this will be Linda's new fragrance. So what I'm trying to tell you here is it's very, very appealing, even to noses that are perhaps mostly used to designer fragrances. So do not be afraid of the oud in this one. It is absolutely fine. It is a very mass appealing kind of fragrance, but it does still lend itself niche because it is slightly different. I think that it definitely has a unisex feel. There's nothing in there to make you think that it's for women. It's not a floral fragrance, it's a fruity, powdery, resinous fragrance. There's the vanilla in there, and the caramel, which is a little bit sweet. So if you don't like sweetness in fragrances, it's not for you, but it is totally unisex. Right, I'm going to put the notes up on the screen for you now, because I can't remember them all and I don't want to miss any out. And I think that is all there is to say. I like the fragrance. I think that's really all there is to say. Hope you enjoyed my review, and we will catch you in the next video. I forgot to say, if you enjoy fragrances like these three, so that's Xerjoff 1861 Renaissance, or Gorse or Virgin Island Water as the other alternative, or Panna London's Pineapple Essenza. If you like these three and you've tried them before, then I would say you would probably enjoy Mula Mula, although just be advised, Mula Mula is sweeter, less sharp, has a woodsy vanilla base, whereas these don't.